we will go through how we should solve the business studies paper, right? So before that, since we have a lot of time again, we should solve at least five sample papers, right? So how we should do that? Basically, keep a timer, and in which you should count your reading time, your writing time. You should understand that for every mark, listen to this is very important. For every mark, you should invest double the time required. So if the question is of 1 mark, okay, so you should give it 1 multiplied by 2, that is 2 minutes. Okay, so you should invest into 2 minutes which are required for a particular question. So basically for 6 marks, 6 into 2, you will understand that you are still remaining with 20 minutes, and 20 minutes you can use it for checking your paper again. If you, for example, if you haven't solved any question, then you can solve that particular question and you can recheck, you can draw lines and so on, so that your presentation looks much better. And that is also very important, because the first impression is the last impression, and the teacher is definitely going to judge you based on your presentation, your writing, how do you present your answers and so on. Don't worry about the handwriting, that's fine, but yes, presentation is quite important, especially in theoretical papers. Yes, so when we talk about solving the question papers, so you get the 15 minutes reading time. In that 15 minutes reading time, I recommend you to solve all the MCQs. So you have already solved the MCQs in your reading time, so you save a lot of time. And within 15 minutes, you can definitely solve all the MCQs. And after that, you should go through the paper, decide which option amongst the OR option you're going to do, and what is going to be the order of your questions. Why you need to decide the order of your questions? First of all, the first impression of your question, of your answer paper. So whatever answers or whatever answer you have solved first, so it's going to give the impression to the teacher. So if you want to leave a right impression to the teacher, make sure that the first 2 to 3 answers are the ones which you know very well, right? This is very important. Cool. Different students have different techniques to solve the question paper, but it is completely up to you. Okay, so you can decide for yourself. And how will you understand this? Once you have solved the 5 sample papers, you are definitely going to understand how are you going to sit in your board exam and how are you going to solve your paper in the board exam, right? So now I'm gonna tell you how we should write for the marking scheme. So as we know that the question comes in variety of 1 mark, 3 mark, 4, 5 and 6 marks. So normally we have seen case studies coming for 4, 5 and 6 marks, and MCQs will come for 1 mark, that is 20 questions, and it will consist of 20 marks, right? And then in 3 mark questions, what we should prefer, writing at least 3 sentences or 3 points. Writing the question point wise is more presentable, so we should prefer writing the answers point wise, right? For 4 marks, similarly we should write either 4 sentences or 4 points. This is the case of theoretical questions, not case studies. Okay, for 5 marks we should write 5 sentences or 5 points. Similarly is for 6 marks. Cool. In the case studies question, which normally come for 4, 5 or 6 marks, so for example, if there is a question of case study, after understanding the case study, we see there are different sub questions. So for example, if the first sub question asks you to identify the concept, definitely it's going to be for a mark, and then it's going to ask you about 2 characteristics of the above concept, then 2 characteristics you have to mention and explain it. It will consist 2 marks. For mentioning 2 other advantages of the given concept, it will fetch you 2 marks, so you need to write the advantage and describe the same, right? I'm sorry for this. Cool. Yeah, apart from that, in the business studies paper, we should definitely use a lot of examples in our definitions, diagrams if possible, and so on. Why? Because that shows your understanding a theoretical paper. Cool. So that was my suggestion and my video for you guys. So if you have anything to add or anything you want to tell other students, you can definitely comment below. You can like and subscribe if you like it. And all of this, the things that I told you, definitely helped me as a student back in 2012, 8 years ago. So when I was giving my CBSE board exams, so it helped me. This process helped me to fetch 98 marks out of 100. Fortunately, our paper used to be completely theoretical, full of 100 marks with no MCQs. So that was definitely not that easy task, but yes, it's very much possible. So if I can do, then you guys can do it too. Isn't that so? Cool. So all the best for your exams. You can, if you have any queries, if you want any support, or if you have anything to ask or any doubts you want me to solve, then you're very free to mail me. My mail ID, I'm giving it below, so you can definitely mail me anytime. Cool. So it was really nice making this video. All the best, guys.